Get out of here. Dang it. You threw me off. Here we go. It's the Positively Petland Show, Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock on Iowa City's news and sports station 800 KXIC and KXIC.com. Ron, what are we talking about this week?
The history of breeding. What is a purebred anyways? And then we're going to get into more fun stuff coming from the trade show that Ron and Wendy, myself and my wife, just came back from. Really, really cool stuff. You got to listen to this.
Positively Petland Show, Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock on Iowa City's news and sports station 800 KXIC. All right, delete that sucker out of there. And here we go, segment 2.
Very cool.
It's the Positively Petland Show, Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock on Iowa City's news and sports station 800 KXIC and KXIC.com. Happy to have in studio Ron Solsrud from Petland of Iowa City. Good morning, Ron. How are you?
There's my Jerry. Very good, Jerry. How are you doing?
I am wonderful. Let's jump right into it. What are we talking about this week?
On the docket is where did we get the purebred and why did it come into existence? So a little bit of history of that. And then we're going to get into more fun stuff from the trade show. We're going to have multiple shows over months here because there's just stuff trickling into our store. Myself and my wife, Wendy, came back, was it maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago now? That's gone so fast. But the stuff is now coming in that we ordered up that is brand new. And I saw an overabundance of really new cool stuff coming out for your pets. So we'll profile those. If you want to watch this stuff or see this stuff, you can always come into the store at Petland, Iowa City. We're at the Marketplace Mall. Or you can go to YouTube, look at Positively Petland Radio Show. And we've recorded the show there. And then also on our Facebook, we do a live broadcast on there, and so you can see stuff going on there. So Facebook, just search Petland, Iowa City. So purebreds. Interesting on purebreds is why do we even have a purebred? A purebred is something that we've always been fascinated, and this does go back for thousands of years, and we've reviewed many breeds on the show here. I remember the Maltese way back from the island of Malta, and how people really were just fascinated with this purebred. Well, they kept on breeding the same dogs with the same dogs to get a very similar dog. And we have a fascination of, if I see, Jerry, you are holding a purebred of some kind or a dog of some kind, let's just call it that. And Jerry, I look up to you. I want to be like you, Jerry, and I want a dog like yours. And so that's the basis of it. So back in the day, the kings and queens would have their own dogs. Cavalier King Charles.
A little shallow to be me. That's like not raising the bar quite so high.
Jerry, I would love to. I don't know if I want to walk in your shoes, but be with you, Jerry.
Yeah, right.
So
you just want my dog.
I just want your dog. Yes. But so kings and queens had dogs way back when. Cavalier King Charles is one of them that the king of England had, and they wanted to be on. Corgi right now is one that the current generation really loves. We've heard about corgis over there for a long time. Well, then the peasants, so to speak, want to have them as well. And so we then say, well, we want to have those. What's also interesting is when the peasants or the underlings of the royalty go, well, back then you couldn't even have, let's say, a Cavalier King Charles or the other breeds that the kings and queens have. They made a law that you couldn't have them. And so then we made our own breeds, and that's where other breeds then came out that are very popular to this day. So this fascination of, wait, I want what you have, turned into, well, We need some consistency because we want to continue having that look of a dog. But it turned into then hunting and stuff like that. When it came to America, we had what were called working dogs included in on that. And that's gone way back when. We've talked about how Yorkies are ratters, that they go after rats. Wait, I thought a Yorkie was a cute little fluffy thing that you hold in your lap.
Isn't it?
I thought it was too until we read about the history of it. So we had different categories. Some were for looks. The Maltese, I believe my memory says on the Maltese that it's always just been a beautiful little dog that you'd want to have in your lap. The Cavalier King Charles is a beautiful dog, but that was a hunting of certain game, but by the royalty. We've had, then we got into another category that's not around anymore because we socially do not like this, and I'm not for it at all either. But it was fighting dogs. That's where the boxer came from. The English Bulldog was actually used to aggravate the bull, and it did very well. Great job on that. Then you have the other breeds, Boston Terriers, and all those really strong breeds were fighting dogs, and they were maybe fighting each other. But then there were even war dogs. I believe the Neapolitan Mastiff was a war dog. So all of these different breeds we loved back then. In some different ways, the characteristics of these. And so we wanted to propagate that further and further. About 100, and I think we're coming into 150 years ago, there was an organization called AKC, American Canine Club, said, hey, can we formalize this a little bit more? And so what they did is if you don't know, the AKC is nothing more than an organization, very well organized, of a lot of clubs. So there were a lot of clubs that had already formed saying, we represent the Maltese, we represent the Boxer, we represent the Neapolitan Mastiff, and had put together standards. But they were to say we can do a much better job of preserving those characteristics that we love about that breed, whether it's just looks, but maybe there is a hunting characteristic, maybe there is a working aspect to it, all the characteristic with breed variation over time. The Pomeranian over the last, it's less than 100 years, has really changed. It's gone from a 40-pound dog down to gosh, where I think we're at 7 pounds, and we'll talk a little bit about that. How do you do that kind of a thing? So more organized through the different registrations, AKC being one of them. There, I believe, is around 150 registrations out there to this day right now.
I think you're right.
Thank you for the clarification. And so why? Because I want a Maltese. I want a Maltese that looks like what my brain says a Maltese, and that's what we have. The registrations and the pedigrees are just more proof of, hey, this was a Maltese bred with a Maltese, bred with a Maltese, kind of a thing. Now let's get into a little bit about that. Two aspects of that. Variations do occur, just like variations occur with you and I, Jerry. Humans, when we breed, and there's, let's
Lars, 100%.
even if they're twins, they have usually some variations. But
no.
So there's variations when you breed two like breeds together. What happens in that situation? So you have a litter of, let's say, 5 dogs. There is variations within that family. Do they all look like the Cavalier King Charles, if that's what you're breeding, or a Maltese, if that's what you're breeding? No, but yes, they all have very similar characteristics in there. The longer you breed that certain breed, the more you're going to breed out the variation. But there still is differences, and it could be in height, looking at purebreds all the way down to how far are the ears away from each other? What direction do the ears point? All sorts of crazy things. When you look at it, you would be amazed on how accurate they get. And it's so that they preserve that purebred characteristic going forward. So what that breeder does is looks at his litter and says, of these, which has, at this age, still young, the best representation of the breed? And they go, this one is, kind of. And so they take that one, and now they keep that one. They can show it now because we have, everybody has a little bit of different reasons why they do this. Some of them, just the love for breeding and preserving the quality of that breed. They just have a passion for that. Some of them like to show that dog. So there's excitement, there's competition in that, there's money in that. And so they'll do that for showing. Some of them like breed with others. So they breed to, I would love to have my breed that I represent with other people. So there's a lot of different reasons why people breed. Love of animals is always the core issue there. I love pets, kind of a thing, or I love dogs, or I love this breed, kind of a thing. So that so there's a lot of really good reasons why people breed to this day. So we've gone from the wolf. I think I don't know if we did. I think that was in our first segment, our society, and we chummed up with them and said, hey, we love this dog. It's a companion, and all that kind of stuff, to liking different characteristics of breeds, whether it be the looks or the functionality of them. Longed to have a breed that we've seen somewhere, whether somebody has it or we saw the king holding it or whatever it is, and said, I'd like a breed like that. That then created a demand for that. We then said, how do I get one? And breeders then started breeding similar characteristics. So it's an interesting history of breeds. So when we purchase, it's a good question. What do we focus on in Petland in Iowa City? We focus on pets. What I don't get, and most of us don't get, is that number one form. It's a purebred forming to all the different characteristics. We typically don't get that. That's what the breeder is getting. What we get is the rest of the litter. And so some of them look closer to that breed than others and all that. But also what I personally look for when I'm looking at a litter of puppies, what's the cutest ones? What has variations that make it somewhat unique? And so if it's a Cavalier King Charles, I look, how cute is it, kind of a thing? Or, is there a special coat on this Cavalier that I really find appealing, kind of a thing? And that's what I bring into the store. So what we focus on in our pets, we have purebreds for sure. They're registered. They have pedigrees. But I'm looking for the variations that you as a customer coming in the store what we do in the field, kind of a thing. So,
and then you need toys for those pets.
Yes, good segue. So Wendy and I went to Disneyland, of all places. Are educational for us as owners of the stores and stuff across the nation, but also around the world. Petland just got ranked top 20 franchisee in the world. We got big internationally as well. I know they're out there, but I didn't realize we were ranked that high. So we all come together, and what we want to know is what is the latest in new stuff that's coming out on the market. Because we're independently owned, we can make decisions that day and say, we want to bring this into a store. So we're quick to market then with the new stuff. So today, what I brought into the studio, and again, you can watch us on YouTube, watch the video if you wanted to see this stuff. You can come into our store. That's the easiest way to look at the stuff. You can go to Facebook, where we're doing a live chat right now, but you can watch it recorded later. So just scroll through the feed and you'll find today's show on there. And those are some ways to do it. So okay, so I'm just going to go from top to bottom here. How much time do we have, Jerry?
About 8 minutes.
All right. So I'm holding beds. Beds are something that they are improving over time. They're getting a little bit more durable because we've been pretty vocal on, hey, the dogs eat them, or some dogs eat them, some dogs don't. And so they're also getting muffing and all the kind of stuff that's within the bed. They're getting better at it just looks cute kind of a thing. And then they're also getting the function of, can I clean it? Can I throw it in the washing machine? And will it come out looking the same? You know, it just is cute. Paw prints blue, and we got another one that's in pink, and real cute and functional. But we've always had beds. Just know that we change our lineup continuously in there and get some different beds of all different prices and all that kind of stuff. I've been carrying, you know, those the purses and stuff that you can carry your dogs in and all that. We've had our staple in there. We had high-end line a long time ago, and it just was a tough sell. They were really expensive. We backed that down, and we had just a nice looking purse kind of a thing, carrying case. And those things have been flying off the shelf. So I said, okay, let's make them, let's get another brand in here that's a little. And so we got Bergen into our store, and the price point, and I don't have the price off the top of my head here, but the price point wasn't all that much more. But boy, did it bring it to a whole nother level. Would you carry this one around in maybe a different color? Or, I mean, it's a
I don't know that's
with me here.
Yes, of course I would. It's
all
wonderful.
right. There
That
you
is the
go.
most amazing pet carrier that I have ever seen in my entire life.
It's really nice. It's bougie. It's swanky as far as the shape goes. The color is really nice. So check out the new purses that we have coming in. On the same line, and last week we put Jerry on the spot. When was the last time he took, what do you call these, bombs?
Bath bomb.
Yeah, pet bath bombs. So these are those things that you see in the stores where it's a ball, but it's something you throw in the bathtub. And what does it get, foamy and stuff? Here, I'm actually, is that what happens?
It makes you feel good.
They got them for dogs now. And so you're going to find we have a couple of bins of these, and they're of all different flavors and scents and all that kind of stuff that you can use for your dog. Deodorizing kind of ones. So all sorts of different kinds for your pet. So check those out. I would love feedback on it, because when these are from a company called Bobby Panther. People are doing pet bath bombs for their dogs and stuff. And she said, yes, and you got to try it. So that's a good one. We also talked a little bit last week, and we'll have a just on this. And this is something that I am learning along the way on, wait, isn't that illegal? And finding out that there is a plant that I believe it's called hemp that you can grow. It doesn't have the high aspects of marijuana, but it has other qualities that a lot of people want. And we've been hearing about it in the news for people, in fact. Hemp can be more toys, and it makes them stronger. But in this case, it has it's a stress relieving product into it, and there is all sorts of different talk. We can talk for hours on this, and we'll have that in another show. But know that we've got hemp products coming in, not only in our toys, but in this case, it's a calming aid for your dog. And people have been asked right now. Another thing that's fun is new slippers for Jerry. Slippers for your dog, and people are already getting them. So you put it out on the shelf, but people are already buying them. These are slippers you can put on your dog's paws, and there's ones that look like ballet slippers, and so when you put it on, it's very feminine. There are others that look like the Converse high top shoes, tennis shoes, and they look hilariously funny on a dog. Another one that I'm holding is, those sock monkeys. You can put sock monkeys on their paws, and they're just really fun to use. We're still in summer here, so getting into some of the summer stuff, we've got the Nerf Dog tennis ball blaster. So is your child was all about, the dog, but now it's kind of like, oh, mom, I don't want to go outside, kind of thing. Try to liven it up for them. So we've gotten toys in to help get that spark going again, make it even more kid-friendly, and get them involved. So check out all the new toys that we have on here. This thing looks like a handheld cannon that's going to launch tennis balls. That's what it is. Launches up to 50 feet. So if you are like, I can't throw anymore, this would be a great tool to use to keep your dog working. We have life jackets. We're running low, but we still have, I believe, all sizes in stock right now. So if you're doing any boating, these things are incredibly great. Takes the anxiety out of the dog as far as, I think I'm going to drown and I'm paddling. But it also makes it very functional. What I like most about the life jacket is it's got a handle on it, so you can just pick the dog up out of the water really easily. It even has a front flap on it to hold the head up, so that they don't have that feeling of my nose is going under kind of a thing. So really cool life jacket. It had some perks on it that I really liked. All right, so this is just fun too. This is not a bow tie, but what do you call these? Just a tie. This is just a traditional, like a men's tie that they wear with a collared shirt.
Clip on.
Yeah, it's a Velcro on.
Velcro on.
This one would go around their collar. So I have bow ties, I have the tie, and then I also have flowers for the ladies. And you just put this around their collar, or you attach it to their collar, whether it's on the back of the collar or the front of the collar. I am telling you, they are the cutest things. Are you going out with your dog? Are you going down on the ped mall with your dog? Put one of these on, and everybody will want to be with you and that dog. It's so cute. We got into some very unique stretch toys, tug toys, and all that. It's going to hit you right when you walk in the door. Those have been flying off the shelf for sure. We have reordered, I think, 5 times on them. Everybody is loving the colors, the strength, and it's just neat, fun stuff to play with your dog. We're coming into some warm weather here again, and we've got those products. This one is the vest. It's what the golfers use for cooling down their necks and all that kind of stuff. This one is going to help you cool down your dog, and you keep it mildly moist. Then for the last thing, we do have the new Furminator. Furminator was at the show, said we just came out with a new one. Those are already on the shelf. They are significantly less expensive, so come on in and check them out. If you need an upgrade on your Furminator, come on in. These things really dropped in price, so they're a really good deal, and they still do the great job of what a Furminator does, and that is removing 92% of the loose fur from your dog. So significant reduction in shedding around your house.
Fun new products at Petland of Iowa City. You can go to their website to find out more about them. Just simply go to petlandiowacity.com. What do you have going on this week? Just kind of recap what's happening.
Well, we're getting ready for all of this new stuff. And so you're going to see our store changing around a little bit to just highlight it. It should be all towards the front of the store. So look for those new products as you're walking through the door. And then at the register, we also try to profile some of the bigger ones that we go, hey, you need to get in on this one. So check out all the new stuff that we have. But we also have that $5 nail trim. If you bought your dog or cat from us, it's free. Bring them on in. No appointments necessary. And then we do that buy 10, get 1 free on all of your dog and cat food. We track it for you, so it's that easy. And if you were a Paul's customer, we were also sad to see them leave the area. But we did bring in all of those lines that they were carrying, and we even worked with them on their pricing and all that kind of stuff. So you're going to see that. And in addition, you're going to be on that buy 10, get 1 free. So it's even an added bonus for getting it from our store. So if you're looking for those dog and cat foods, come on into Petland, and we've got those in there too for you.
Positively Petland show Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock on Iowa City's news and sports station, 800 KXIC and KXIC.com. Have a great week, Ron.
Thank you.